There you go. Now I'm going to bash on you again. The attack on male gamers continues. So now that we lifted you up with that beautiful video and we talked about your gamer cred, I'm gonna punch down.
I think that, I don't know, there's something a little bit childlike about it.
There you go. You're childlike. Boom. No riz. Bitchless. Maidenless. Childlike. That's it.
A man to be playing games, and it is a huge... huge turn off for me, and I'm bloody glad my man doesn't play video games.
I don't have anything meaningful
She's bloody glad.
to say about this. I just want to tell her to shut up.
No, shut up. They're gonna bash.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And
Welcome back to hell. Oh no, are we going to the UK again? No, please don't bring me back.
as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Manukora.
What's Manukora? It sounds like the honey that repairs my DNA.
And of course, by my company, Lions Tea Exchange. In addition to my regular wonderful flavors, I now have 3 new limited edition flavors that are now...
Stop showing me things that I would buy, because then I am a sucker. Oh my god, peppermint white chocolate? Apple cider? No. Oh my god, it looks so good!
Oh yeah, beans on toast, let's go.
I'm sad. I'm sad now. I'm skipping again, because otherwise I will buy it.
a couple weeks ago, but a lot of things were also happening during that time. Like the mystery of who is eating the cats.
Excuse me? Oh, right.
Eating the dogs, the people that came in.
Right. Did you guys figure it out if they ate the dogs or the cats? Did you guys settle the score?
And they're eating the cats.
And I needed to show you all my breakdancing prowess.
They didn't. We did. They didn't. Okay.
Okay?
Damn. Oh my god, she should go to the
Now,
Olympics.
Like I said, a few weeks ago, the conversation, or the debate, if you will, around men playing video games being unattractive was once again resurrected.
That's so stupid. I'm going to be honest with you. If you meet a girl and she thinks that playing games is cringe, I think you just have to stand up and turn around and leave. I think it's not going to work out. The amount of time I see that, like, people get married and they are trapped in a marriage where every time they try to turn on the PlayStation, their wife freaks out. I don't think I could do it. I don't think so. Like, I need my me time, and what I do in my me time, whether it be gaming or literally staring at the wall, it's not your problem. It's not your business. Just let me do whatever I want to do.
This has been going on for quite some time, but
Right?
periodically...
Your friend got divorced because of that. Oh no. Dude, he married a hater? Boo.
someone, somewhere, for some reason, brings it back up. And every time this happens, it seems that people want to congregate around the idea that
Unlucky.
men playing video games is bad, and gaming is bad overall. Say
It's only bad if they play FIFA and Madden.
the people who probably like crocheting or something. Depressingly, when I started looking
New ick unlocked. Watching my boyfriend play games.
for videos on this issue, I actually came across
But he's so happy. Why is it so bad? Look at him. He's so happy.
this bizarre trend on TikTok where women say that they're men being
Listening to your man on the headset and his Xbox Pulse ick activated. Yeah. Honestly, I imagined exactly the girl who says this to look like exactly like this. With half a kilogram of makeup on despite being home alone.
happy while playing games.
Like, look at her. She's beautiful, of course. But you're listening to your man playing Xbox, therefore you're home. Why do you need so much makeup? Why? The man is communicating and women hate it. Women hate it when men have friends to hang out with.
Gives them the ick.
True.
So there's that.
How dare you? It's all on you.
Shut up, kill yourself.
Just
Subbing to based Space Cato, now back to
Ayo.
shiny hunting in Pokemon while listening to Skullsmashed.
Wait a second. You're playing Pokemon? This is an ick. You're not paying attention. Excuse me, sir. We were just discussing the following.
Just launched
Yeah, minus 500 gamer points.
me to Jupiter at this point. Anyway, this time the conversation started when conservative commentator Liz Wheeler posted a graph of the hobbies women reportedly
Okay, so this is 100% true. Man playing video games is peak unattractive, beyond red flag, like deal breaker zone. It's weird that so many dudes don't get this. Okay, least attractive hobbies for men according to women. Number 1, playing video games. Number 2, collecting figurines. You guys are fucked. I'm sorry. This is like 99% of chat. You guys are cooked. Magic tricks? Bro, even magic tricks? What's wrong with magic tricks? How is it that doing magic tricks is higher on the list than gambling? What? How? Online trolling, that's whatever, basically every Redditor. Building model trains, taxi. Don't tell me. So stuffing dead animals is less of a red flag than playing video games or collecting figurines. Okay. 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 That's... Arson isn't there, so I'm okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Every taxidermist I've seen was super weird. Exactly. Hence why I'm like,
find the least attractive.
strange. Yeah.
At the top of the
Screw you're a woman, enlighten us. I don't know. Bro, I'm lost for words. I would have put gambling onto the top. For me, that would be the biggest monka. And then maybe the taxidermy, because that's, as much as I respect it, that's fucking weird. It's just, oh yeah, there was a lovely squirrel in the backyard, but it's dead, so I got it in, and now I stuffed it out. Like, yeah.
The list was playing video games, followed by collecting figurines, magic tricks, and online trolling.
Why magic tricks? Why you coming? Waiting. Yep, red flag. Yeah, but wait for it. Like, I want to point out that these are the same girls who have the same pack of eyeshadows 5 or 10 times, plus 50 perfumes that smell the same, 60 different nail polish that is in the same color range. But they will say that collecting figurines is bullshit.
But apparently, we all love a good bird watcher.
Bro, who the fuck watches birds? Is bird a metaphor here? What are we talking about?
But honey, this Gardevoir GX Full Art Shiny is PSA 9.
So that's a win for the birdophiles. I
The
have
birdophiles?
absolutely no idea what bird enthusiasts are called.
No one. We don't call them because there's no birdophile.
Birder.
I'm not gonna call you that. I'm so sorry. It's just sounds wrong. I'm not gonna call you a birder. Birder. It kind of like a herder. Herder, birder.
Well, at least that's memorable. I guess that's an
No, it's not. It's fucking not.
improvement on what the train people
Murder.
call hootie tooters? Hooter tooters?
The train people. There is a name for train people? Wait. Name for train enthusiast. Rail fan, trail fan, rail buff, train buff, ferroequinologist. Okay. Fair enough.
This graph, which obviously is not based on real evidence, was posted along with Wheeler's commentary, which read, "This is 100% true. Men playing video games is peak unattractive. Beyond
Lads, we are all a big shiny red flag. How do you feel about this? How do you feel? Okay, that's actually a good question. Have this ever happened to you? Have you ever tried to court a lady and you didn't tell her that you're a gamer? Or you didn't dare to mention that you're a gamer? Yes? Yes? No, I told her and she left? Oh. Yes? My ex was playing MMOs. You got lucky, of course. I'm a red flag. I had negative response before. Damn. First thing I mentioned, proud gamer.
Airplane and fighter jet watching is kind of bird watching, mechanical bird watching.
It's true. If you look at pigeons, it's also the same because everyone knows that pigeons are government drones. So that's basically airplane watching too. So you guys did have experiences where females react a little bit more negatively to you being an epic gamer, huh?
Beyond red flag, like deal breaker zone. It's weird so many dudes don't.
That's so weird. Okay. So have you ever dated a girl who doesn't game at all? Like nothing? Nothing. Not even Candy Crush, not even anything. Yeah? Can you enlighten me? What do they do when they have free time? Like, what's their hobby? What makes them happy? Nothing? Read books, social media? Go outside, hiking? Moan about you? Bitch about my gaming? Watch reality TV? Instagram? Watch movies, TVs? Gossip? Or complain? Okay. I see. A bit of everything. Doom scrolling nowadays?
Get this.
Fair enough.
You want to know what I don't get? Why it's taken me so long to hear about the wonderful sponsor of today's video, Manukora.
I thought that was the tea.
I have spent most of my adult life in search of sugar. I'm
She needs a sugar daddy, lads.
kind of like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings about.
She needs a sugar daddy. The tea was her business. Ah, I kind of like that tea. Oh, it is my DNA repairing honey. Oh my god. It is my honey. It's the New Zealand Manuka honey that repairs your DNA. I fucking love it. I'm gonna tell you, this is an overly fucking expensive honey, but it tastes nice. And people say it repairs your DNA. It probably does not. It's probably just all marketing, but it's my cope. It repairs your DNA. Don't worry. It's like, you know how esoterics work and like your like astrology? It's basically that. It's repairing my DNA. You don't know it because you're a filthy male. But I am a glorious female and I know that it will repair my DNA.
Single origin Manuka honey
Will it also do your taxes? Only if you buy the highest concentrate.
found only in New Zealand. It's rich, creamy, and supercharged with unique antioxidants and prebiotics.
And repairs your DNA.
It actually has 3 times more than your average honey. So yeah, take that, normal honey. Manukora.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. Oh my lord. Oh, it's okay. It's not even that expensive. Look, for $100, like a tiny 250 gram for $100. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. This is fine. Honey, like you never tasted it. You can put it onto my toes.
Additional posts, including another tweet where a woman wrote, "Women don't dislike video games because they're geeky. We dislike them because they're antisocial and consumption-based."
What? Antisocial? But we just talked about how he was hanging with the homies on the Xbox. What?
Like if a woman said TikTok or online shopping was her hobby.
But that is most of the time their hobbies. What?
Hobbies should include actually doing, making, or learning something.
What is this normie-ass take? This is the normiest of the normiest take. It's like, wow, your hobby is not going out to the forest, chopping wood and building a house? Wow, you must be a soy boy.
Last time I checked, gaming is
What the
doing
hell?
something? What is this? What am I even reading here? Doubling down even further, Wheeler also wrote that video games are sedentary, consumptive, fantasy steeped in immorality that have serious negative real-world side effects on the men who play them.
Oh, is this again the thing that if you play video games, then you will become like a shooter or something? Because you play FPS and therefore whatever you do... Okay. Okay.
This tweet was very long, so I'm just going to summarize the generality of it, which was that video games are net negative on society based on the fact that they reportedly lead to aggressive behavior.
This is such bullshit and it makes me angry. Do you know why it makes me angry? Because do you know what girls like to do? A lot of girls. They like to read. They like to read romantic fantasy books. And you know what is always in romantic fantasy books? There is like always monka stuff that is not really working in real life. Like, you know, the classic enemies to lovers trope. If you think about it, there's just an aggressive man who is being mean to you and you will just kind of get stalked home to him and boom, you're lovers. Or like when your 1,000-year-old Dark Lord falls in love with the barely 18-year-old main character and kidnaps you and then you fall in love accidentally. But yeah, it's the video games that are, I'm sorry, I'm quoting, sedentary, consumptive, and fantasy steeped in immorality. I'm so fucking done.
Desensitization to violence, anxiety, mood disorders, and so on and so forth. She also asserts
if you
that
ain't outside chopping wood without a flannel t-shirt like an absolute Chad, don't talk to me, Giga Chad.
So true. So true. You haven't even built your first house? Get out of here.
that women are attracted to men based on a man's ability to protect, provide, produce, and procreate.
Bro, are we still in like the Stone Ages? To protect, provide, produce, and procreate? The fuck?
Hobbies that illustrate that ability are attractive to women. Hobbies that do not are not. Not to be a jerk, at least not intentionally.
You know, okay, can I point out that, let's say, this woman would meet, I don't know, I'm pulling something out of my ass, Faker, right? Like Faker, the I don't know how many time league champion, presumably rather wealthy, rather popular. I bet that she wouldn't be against that. She would be like, oh yeah, that's different. Because he's famous and good looking and has money and whatnot.
But isn't reading sedentary? And isn't buying random female crap for your house consumptive?
Don't talk shit about my lumps, okay? Sydney, you're threading on thin ice, lady. My lumps are sacred.
Do you want to go and have a conversation with the immoral smut-reading ladies over on Book Talk? Would you like to have a word? I really don't mean to be so sarcastic about all of this. It just really irritates me. Of course, the icing on the cake here is the entire live stream that Wheeler decided to make about this topic, addressing the blowback that she'd received and saying that lots of people were unkind to her about it and she didn't like that, which honestly, like, yeah, fair enough. This video is really long and she burned through a lot of points very quickly and we don't have time to unpack them, but I overall felt really irritated watching Wheeler's live stream, and my takeaway was just generally, tell me you've never played video games without telling me you've never played video games. She again brought up that it makes people more desensitized and prone to violence.
Bro, but that's like watching TV. Okay, how is it like watching shit like, I don't know, Euphoria, or even like the early Game of Thrones, whereas there's like every episode there's either sex or murder, or like whatever women watch these days. I don't fucking know. Euphoria? Yeah, like I think that has like a lot of monka stuff. I never watched it.
Because apparently we're
What's
resurrecting 90s talking points. I don't know. I thought we were over this. Look, I don't know Liz personally.
Stop being a coomer! Not that Euphoria, the one from the TV, you degenerates.
And so I don't want anyone to perceive this as me attacking her because she seems like a nice lady. But I do find her opinion and this extended opinion really frustrating. I think there's a trend on the right side of politics where
Breaking Bad made me deal drugs, but okay, but are you rich yet? Because the point is the stonks.
Some conservatives in particular like to fully reject and stomp on really important cultural and entertainment-based mediums. And even if the intention behind that is a noble one, I still think it comes across as really controlling and fun policing. Listen, even people with daddy issues don't want to be parented this hard.
Mommy? But I mean, mommy? Mommy?
I mean, they do want something hard, but it's not parenting.
Excuse me, ma'am. What are you talking about? Whatever could she be referring to? I don't know.
All of this to say, in the long run, I don't think it's very helpful, and I'm sure some of you will disagree with that, and that's okay. Feel free to scream at me in the comments.
No! No!
Anyway, about a week later, another video popped up where a woman called Bex from the radio show 102 Philly was similarly articulating why she doesn't like men playing video games. She said that it was lazy and generally unproductive.
But the whole gaming thing,
What's the problem? Jacqueline has this big problem too, because
it's just lazy. It feels like unless you're getting paid, and there's a line, right? Like it's cool.
How is it more lazy than always scrolling on TikTok or whatever? I thought that her voice was sped up, but it's just how it is. It's whatever.
If you want to do it
Watching the Kardashians, yeah, like all of the filth.
so often, but to me, I'm like, go educate. Like, go do something productive.
but what is the problem? Like, Jacqueline has a big problem with it too. Whenever
Bro, why do you always have to be productive? Like, you wake up, you go to work, and you come home, and you want to chill. Why do you have to be productive? You don't want to be productive. You have been productive all day. Why can't you just rest and do whatever you want to do? Because the high standards for men, oh yeah, right, I forgot, you guys are still fucked. My condolences.
she hears the PlayStation start up, like I gotta hear the huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
But if I were to just have TV on, you'd be on TikTok as it is, not
Because
paying
it's
attention.
not that-
So why does it bother you?
Good point.
It's not the distraction of me being on TikTok.
Okay, here comes the cope. Hear me out. Here comes the cope. Why doom scrolling on TikTok is better than playing something? Let's hear it.
And us watching TV. It's what you could be doing with that time.
What do you mean what you could be doing with sometimes I just wanna shake these people because they could be on the couch and doom scrolling and they are bothered that you're playing a game. How it's the same amount of time spent on different things, but she's not doing anything.
There it is, and that's it. I knew it.
It's
I knew
what
it. You women want to task us so bad
no.
that you're so
Yeah.
pissed
No.
that we're taking
No.
time
No.
from doing something.
No.
Wait a minute, you're enjoying things? You have time to do this video
see,
game?
here's the thing
Here's all the things
but
you could be
here's
doing.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Go back to fold the laundry right now. Right now.
Thing you're enjoying it, but you could also be planning something nice for us.
You hear that what she just said? Why don't you, instead of having fun, why don't you go and look up some random place where you could take me for dinner? Or why don't you try to do a research about what kind of diamond necklace you should get for me? Why don't you spend all of your time just thinking about how to make me happy? How dare you have a moment for yourself? Why isn't she doing something nice for him? Because she doesn't have to. Because she's the lady, right? Women don't want equal partners, they want slaves. Yeah. I mean, honest, you know what? I'm with her. You know what? I think we should restrict how many hours you also sleep so that you could clean and scrub the house while we are sleeping. So true. So true. So if you go to sleep, you start scrubbing around like midnight and you scrub the floor till like 1 or 2 a.m. and then, like quiet business. Then maybe fold the clothes because it's also quiet. And you can come to sleep at like 3 and then you can wake up at 7, take out the dog, make me breakfast. I wake up at 9. Like, that's enough for you, right? Right? Make it 5? No. It's okay. From 3 to 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. That's like 4 hours of sleep. That's more than enough for you. It's enough. There you go.
Like I mentioned,
True.
this is not the first time that this type of criticism has come up. A couple years ago, 3 more women got a lot of heat online for making fun of men who game, with one of the women even suggesting there's a correlation between gaming and being bad in the bedroom or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think they know that for doing the Boombaya they need two people? Like, do they know that if something doesn't work out, it could be like her fault also? Like, maybe laying on the bed and not moving is like, maybe that's not the the sexiest dynamic punch you might want in a relationship. It's because she's a woman, she can't be wrong. Sorry, my bad, I apologize. You're right.
Having small
You're right.
male genitalia.
I'll be honest with you, not if I think of the top 10 best dicks I've ever had, they didn't play video games. So
Do they know that boys don't use the PlayStation controller with their dicks? Do they know that that's not how you press the buttons? Your dick also doesn't play? Yours doesn't? Skill issue. Well, I found the problem. My top 10. Oh my god, you're right. She said top 10. That's a big body count because she's like making it out of a big pool of people, and it's like my top 10 out of 100. Yeah.
Vince, video games are for mediocre
Well,
dicks.
I grew up as a gamer, so it was okay with it. That was quite all right with me.
but
I got
I
excited
don't know
too.
what grown man is spending that much time playing video
There's
games.
a lot of grown men spending a lot of time.
And
on
I
this
don't think that
bullshit.
they're
a lot.
I don't think that you could be a great partner or a great lover as a grown man spending time playing video games.
If you're like,
Same. Honestly, same. I love how, you know, that there was the third girl who was like, I grew up as a gamer, and the other two didn't even let her say an entire sentence because they were just like over talking her. It's like, oh wait, your opinion doesn't align with ours? Well, anyways, then you don't count.
This is such a
Yeah.
weird statement. Do you always judge the appropriateness of a hobby based on man pickles and their performance?
Yes. Absolutely.
Is this a legitimate metric? Why are people like this? I mean it. Put me in the cannon and launch me to Jupiter. So I have a very vested interest in this topic, both as a woman and as a person who plays video games. So I do feel that it is pretty important to come to the defense of
Does it mean that her vagina is not working well either because she plays games? Surely this is what it means, right? There is insufficient vagina skill. Yep, no grip. Yeah, it just slips in and out. It's just like a floppy blah, 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 blah.
male gamers, and I guess just really any gamer in general. Because if the criticisms that I've so far highlighted in this video are anything to go by, I think people's perceptions of this industry and those who enjoy games are completely off base. And I think it's generally wild to say that gaming is not a hobby, and if it is, it's one that's overall unattractive to women. Because I would argue in many, many cases that is not true. I mean, first and foremost, the gaming industry as a whole has changed dramatically over the last few decades, and video games have accelerated.
Triangle titties. The good old times of triangle titties.
Video games have accelerated in scale and quality during that time too.
Do you guys remember when Cuphead came out and the journalist couldn't do the double jump in the tutorial and called it way too hard? This is really good.
Rather than games appealing to a small portion of people, now anyone anywhere can play them, which is why the industry has become so enormous. There are so many different stories being told, so many different ideas being explored, and let's remember, importantly, that the amount of women playing games has also grown more and more, and is continuing to do so. And no, Animal Crossing and The Sims don't count as gaming.
Hey! Can we have a 0.5 credit score for Animal Crossing?
Please stop this. Point being, video games themselves and the gamers who play
Sage, minus credit score.
Them come in all forms, and I don't think it's fair to tar everyone with the same brush. With that said, I do understand why some people, some being the operative word, find gaming to be an unattractive hobby, and I think there's a number of reasons for that.
I think it's unattractive when you just like, you kind of meld into it too hard that you don't take care of yourself. Like, you know, when you're like, you know, the piss bottle and those kind of things, when, oh, I am raiding, I cannot go out, so you have a tactical piss bottle or something like that. Like, that's so Asmon, I mean, he showers sometimes, so he's trying, but you know.
When most of us millennials were growing up, which is what our friend Liz Wheeler is, we were only really then starting to see sort of a shift in the way that people viewed men and video games. Until this point, I think it's fair to say that gamers were largely associated with the basement-dwelling dorks who played World of Warcraft from dawn until dusk.
It's more like Dungeons and Dragons at this point. Like, she still thinks about those geeks. Like, bro, don't tell me if she would have a chance at Henry Cavill, she would be like, oh, ew, you're into Warhammer? Wow, you like the witch? Ah, ew. Bro, she would be a putty in his hand.
And whether that view is true or not, whether it's fair or not, that's what was portrayed predominantly in media, entertainment, and by all the kids.
Warhammer accent.
All those boys that we went to high school with. I can actually testify to this because I fully remember my older brother sitting in the...
Oh my god. She was such a baby. Oh my god. Bro. Such an old picture.
Office all day playing WoW. And sometimes painting Warhammer. I think he still paints Warhammer. To be completely fair...
I'm sorry. Warhammer. Did I say it now this time? Warhammer.
To my brother, because, you know, he will probably watch this video. He is in fact the reason why I like gaming at all. And I also remember sitting next to him, watching him play Spyro.
Yeah.
Little sister. Now that I'm thinking about it, I also remember his LAN parties with his nerd friends. So, really...
Bro, I wish I could have had a LAN party.
Love aging myself there. Anyway, this type of visual and this messaging has definitely been ingrained in a lot of us because it's also what we were exposed to in pop culture. And it's probably why a bunch of...
How much I fucking hate Big Bang Theory. You have no idea. I find it such an obnoxious TV show. My goodness.
Older millennials and people who are older than elder millennials, especially view games through this lens. Actually, hilariously, when I was researching for this video, I found out that the attractiveness of male gamers and how much they game is still being studied because I guess this is a stereotype that never dies. The second reason, and I think this is more applicable across the board, is it is unattractive to come home to your man sitting on his butt all day playing video games.
That's true. That's true. But like, if you're not doing anything and, you know, like there's like a bunch of like laundry on the floor, plates in the whatever, I can see that being infuriating. But that's not about the gaming anymore. Because if the guy wouldn't be gaming, then he would be, I don't know, watching TV or literally anything and everything. So, sorry female, I am one with the mold. Ew. I will do it later. I am so sorry. One day you will be blessed with a very annoying female that you will love, and that will be no longer. I'm sorry.
On the weekends.
I will not. Oxy is just protecting his virginity, like, I will not let anyone touch my pee-pee.
Gaming. All day.
No.
Gaming. Every single weekend. Gaming. Can't pull him...
Honestly, this sounds like heaven. I could be gaming so much. There would be so many games I could play.
Away for long enough to spend time with you or to be a father or a husband or whatever. When it becomes an addiction that consumes you, yes, that is a problem and that is unattractive.
But that's the same with any addiction. Like, would it be better if, let's say, instead of playing games, he would be just furiously watching Korn all the time and just like jerking off, literally every half an hour. Yep, new big titty Korn. I can do both. Excellent. Okay, don't call me out. I'm just saying. It's gonna fall off if you stroke it too much.
And this is the primary criticism that I find online when it comes to men and video games.
When my husband and I first got married, he was addicted to video games. So if your spouse is addicted to video games or sports or anything.
Or sports. Now even the sports are a problem? Bro, my father loved watching sports. Like, he loved watching tennis and like volleyball and boxing. Oh my god, so much boxing and wrestling and Formula One. Now even that's a problem?
Listen to this.
But the thing is,
what is the man supposed to do? Is he allowed to go to the bathroom and take a shit? Or is that also not allowed? Like, should he, I don't know, just hold it in like a real man till it forms a hard diamond under the pressure? Only 5 minutes a day? Oh, okay.
If your
Sweaty
man
towel.
or a man doesn't have a gaming addiction, then what precisely is unattractive about this interest? At least in my experience, the women that I have come into contact with, or that I'm friends with, or that are in my family and whatever, don't really view a man's interest in video games as a good or bad thing. What's most important is how he balances his gaming with his life and its many obligations. For example, back in 2020, a TikToker called Alyssa Nguyen actually had to come out and clarify that her gamer husband didn't.
Oh, I remember these videos. I was like, oh my god, I wish that would be me. She was always making different foods for him, and he was always just gaming. And they all looked so good, and I was so fucking jealous. I'm like, man, look at that. Look at those dumplings. I would fucking eat the dumpling. Yeah, it's really cute. Marry that woman? Yeah. Can I just, like, live under his feet so that I can catch whatever falls to the ground? They always look so nice. Look at that ramen. Nom 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 nom.
He'd take care of her and her kids after she began uploading compilations of her bringing him his nightly dinners. She wrote,
I would bring your nightly dinners. Munch.
He does all his chores, daddy duties, and husband duties before getting on.
Daddy duties? Hello?
One person even asked Nguyen if she was happy with the amount of time her husband gamed. Nguyen responded, it doesn't bother me at all. He plays a couple hours a night after he gets home from a long shift.
Yeah, why would it bother her? My goodness. It's like, are men not allowed to have their own time anymore? Oh my god.
And honestly, I think this comment crystallizes a broader point. A lot of people, not only men, use video games as a way to alleviate anxiety, to decompress, to de-stress after a long day or a long week or whatever the case may be. And I can actually personally relate to this, and I've actually said this in other videos, where I find nothing more enjoyable after a particularly stressful day than jumping into whatever game I'm playing and just like hacking monsters to death.
Monsters?
Because it's cathartic and it stops me from committing murder.
I like hacking people because monsters are friends, but people, they are never friends.
Murder! That is a joke, Mr. FBI man. I am making a joke. Jokes aside, in addition to being cathartic, it is a good form of escapism. I watched one particular TikTok where a guy was describing escapism in video games as
Wait. I'm trying to read what he says. Men who play a lot of video games. So your man is playing a lot of video games. You don't know what to do. Ladies, welcome to the Daddy Academy. Okay, I would rather die and get my tongue stick against a frozen pole again than listen to a Daddy Academy.
Video games as a bad thing, using it as an indicator of depression or a person who hates their life. And
bro, why is it so cringe?
That very well might be the case sometimes. This just reiterates that men yearn for the mines.
That's true. Men always yearn for the mine. I have never met a singular guy who wouldn't have found the act of digging enjoyable, especially in games. There is something about men and virtual digging that they just enjoy. It's in their DNA. It is. I don't know why. It's like every boy is like, oh my god, I can dig, I'm gonna dig. And then they just like all dig. You know? Diggy diggy hole. Exactly. And cutting down the trees. Got a rock? Got a stone? Rock and stone.
But again, why do people frown on this type of escapism, but not when it comes in the form of books or films or television shows? I genuinely feel like there's...
It's easy, because women also like to watch TV. And they are accepting whatever they are doing. But if they don't play games, therefore they don't like it, you're not allowed to do it, because they don't want you to do something that they don't like.
Such an unfair double standard when it comes to gaming that isn't equally applied to other entertainment mediums. Yeah, I'm gonna need you all to stop that. In my opinion, the bottom line here is that gaming is, in fact, a legitimate hobby. And I will argue till I am blue in the face with whoever I need to argue with, that many of us ladies would much rather a guy who games in moderation than one who is down at the bar or at the club every...
That's such a good point. Do these girls would rather get cucked? I mean, I think so, yeah. They probably would rather get cucked than have a gamer boyfriend. It's true, because then those guys are always like, oh, they're so popular and so handsome, and they go out, and then, like, have you not noticed that how many times, like, the pieces of shit guys who are like, oh, I cheated on her 5 times and they still have a girlfriend? That's it. I'm sorry, you, oh my god, you don't have to be a gamer, you have to be a player. You gotta be a player, dude. That's right, you gotta be a playboy.
Every single weekend getting drunk. If you are a man and you enjoy video games, that...
And also women always start flirting when you have already a girlfriend. Does that actually happen? Did you ever have this experience that you started dating someone and then suddenly everyone became interested in you? Yes. Yes, absolutely 100%. Really? Really? That's so strange. Why? What changes? Now that you're not available, people are more interested? Why? Leave it controller, we don't talk about it. They can't have you. So then why are they trying? You're pre-approved? What is it, like a no red flag check or something? They cannot have you, they want you. What if you just lie? What if you say, okay, hear me out. We could be onto something. What if there is a girl you like and you say, oh, I'm sorry, I have to go home for my girlfriend. And then there will be that little psycho thing ticking in her brain, and then she would hit on you. And it's like, oh, but do you have to? And then boom, she will start to have a crush on you. She will start stalking you? What? Are you... What? What do you mean she will start stalking you? What kind of people are you guys surrounded with? It's already fucked up that you have to use reverse psychology, but now you're saying that, like, she will... Okay, this is literally women. I am so sorry. This entire stream is just going to be me apologizing for the females. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that this happened to you. I don't know why we are like this. I'm so sorry. I guarantee you this is not everyone. This is just a few crazy people. We are sorry.
Does not make you unattractive. And frankly...
No, but honestly, can you really play League of Legends with a controller? Because that's kind of... Is that possible? It's kind of weird. Is that not weird?
It can actually be a really nice opportunity for bonding with your spouse or girlfriend.
Yeah, but poorly. Like, bro, I can't even aim with a mouse.
And I say this as someone who freaking loves couch co-ops. Like, I recently played the Untitled Goose Game, and it was unironically a lot of fun. I have to stay away from the platformers though, because I just let it...
It's the game I played with Bo, the divorcing husband couple thingy. It Takes Two. There you go.
Everyone down. People who make the claim that gaming is antisocial and will turn men into murder factories, genuinely...
Yeah. Classic. When was the last time that you played a game and you turned into a murder factory? When was it? What? Did you not hear it? Yesterday? Tomorrow? Yes, last Tuesday. Yeah, I know. It's like, you know, when like the moon is up and instead of turning into a werewolf, you turn into a murder factory. Every second Tuesday, fair enough. Every rank up game, right now. Rah!
Genuinely don't seem to understand the nature of gaming and how community-based and collaborative it often is these days. A lot of modern games have a ton of multiplayer features, and it allows you to do, like, you know, the teamwork. In a time where people are super disconnected, the gaming world is actually pretty great at helping people make friends and create communities. I'll say as well that there are apparently a bunch of other measurable benefits to playing games, like improvements to cognitive functioning, problem solving, impulse.
Does it mean that we are becoming smarter and our brain cells are curling up? Like we are not smooth anymore?
Control and so on and so forth, but I don't want to get into it, so I don't know, I guess I'll link some of these in the description.
Smarter.
And you can read them in your own time. There are definitely way more things to add about this specific topic, but the one that
I don't want mortism, thank you very much. I already have enough.
I want to leave you with, the last thought that I have here, is that I definitely think that there is an online trend where people can't stand to see men doing things that make them happy.
Men have video games and sports. What do women have?
Well, whose fucking fault is this that they don't have a hobby? What do you mean, what do women have? There's so many things in the entire world that you could be interested in. Honestly, at this point, she brings up a really good point, and I feel like that she is right. It's not about gaming. It's about something that makes men happy, and they just don't like to see men happy.
Actually see this a lot on Twitter, but with relation to women, where people will post a video of women just doing something fun and silly and goofy and enjoying themselves, and then this onslaught of comments and responses are
without them being there. It's almost like a weird jealousy thing, no? It's like a how dare you have fun without me? Why are you not having fun with me or for me sort of thing? It's right? It's like like let's say hypothetically, the guy would have, like, what is a hobby that is not gaming and makes guys happy? Like, bro, help me out here. Sex is not a hobby. For example, motorcycles. Excellent. Let's say that he has a beautiful motorcycle and he would spend so much time in the garage to try to modify it or whatever. I have a feeling that they would be upset about that too. You know, you love your motorcycle? Excellent. Shit ton of money too.
Mad that the women are having fun. I see that a lot here with this issue, and I absolutely...
Here's a crazy idea. Women can play video games too. Ain't no way. I don't believe you. Nuh-uh. I don't believe you. You're lying to me. You're a big fat liar and I don't believe you.
Absolutely hate it when people do it to both of the sexes. Just shh. Let people enjoy things. Personally, I'm really glad that gaming has become such a positive outlet for so many people. And as far as unattractive interests go, I think it's worth remembering that when it comes to hobbies and relationships...
Imagine if instead of gaming, their hobby would be browsing Instagram for OnlyFans models. Do you think they would choose that or gaming? I have this feeling that they would still choose gooners for OnlyFans rather than gamers. You know, what about the Reddit moderator? Blech.
Any hobby can become an obstacle, much in the same way that it can also be an asset. If you enjoy...
Lamp collecting is definitely an asset. I'm just letting you know. It's not a red flag, it's a bright green flag.
Something or have a hobby or have a special interest that gets in between you and somebody else, or it is an all-consuming thing that pushes everybody out of your life, well, yeah, I mean, that's a problem. But if you can take an interest or a hobby or a thing that you love and share it with somebody else in an engaging way, or in a way for yourself that passes time but doesn't fill it, I think that's really positive, and honestly, I think that's really all any of us actually want. In the end, if gaming is a thing that you can share with your wife or girlfriend, a thing that you can use to...
Yeah, but they are bad. You have no idea how many memes I saw about It Takes Two. The boyfriend and girlfriend is playing couch co-op, and the guy is already done with his part and he cannot go further because the girl is unable to do the jumps. And it's just like he's sitting there, 10 minutes passed, 15 minutes passed, 20 minutes passed, and he's just like, that was you with Bob. Shut the fuck up. We were doing great. Okay, both of us. We were gaming. Shut up. It didn't happen. Help, for fuck's sake. That maybe sometimes they don't want to let you help them, you know?
To decompress, or even something that has helped you build a really strong community with friendships and positive experiences, no woman in their right mind would consider that a problem. And if they do, I think that says much more about that woman than the gamer himself. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out my new Quora using the link in the description.
What about the extremely pricey tea that you were showing me in the beginning?
And I unironically love this honey, so I'm really excited about this sponsorship, and I hope you guys love it as well if you decide to give it a crack. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Is gaming, in fact, unattractive? Are you one of these ladies who just thinks, yuck?
You know what is unattractive? I know one. I know. The type of gacha that you have to spend a fortune on. That's unattractive. If you have to spend like $500 on a gacha every month, that's weird. Like, listen, if you can grind it in a gacha, then whatever. But spending hundreds of bucks on a game, like, if you could have the game till you die, it's whatever. But one day they will shut down the servers and all your money will go to waste. It's just gambling. Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating? There's a lot of sweaters in chat.
I'm not interested. I'm not about this. This is terrible. Are you?
What if it's not hundreds? Thousands? Question mark? Is it thousands? Tell me. Be honest with me. Look straight into my eyes and tell me.
A guy who thinks it's unattractive and terrible? Are you somebody who really likes gaming and likes to share that with your loved ones? Are you somebody who maybe is on the addiction side of things and you can see how bad and damaging
he's addicted? He's addicted to the pretty ladies.
All of this can be. Do you think that the commentary around gaming is fair? Is it unfair? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the
Hey, spoilers! Dude, did you notice that if you hold
channel, as well as leaving this video a like and comment, because I do read the majority of them. I really like hearing your feedback, and you guys make me laugh. Of course, if you have any video suggestions or video ideas, feel free to let me know, because I do have a running list of those. And as always, I will see you wonderful pretty people in the next video.
I didn't know that. Oh my god. I didn't know that. It's a feature? I didn't know that.